lacrosse fans to this afternoon's game between Team Canada and Team USA. As part of the 2023 second annual World Lacrosse Women's Super Sixes event hosted by Lacrosse Canada.
It's all done now. It's all done.
Oh, there's the cat.
So we should have stayed in the car until the game started. So you're going for the Italian.
Introducing this afternoon's team.
You're fully representing
right?
Canada.
Right? Gotta be a collector's item soon.
Team USA. Number 37, Courtney Taylor. Number 39, Samantha Schwartz. Number 40, Erin Bates.
No.
Number 42, Nicole Levy. Number 43, Taylor Moreno. Number 44, Allison Mastroianni. Number 45, Hannah Dorney. Number 46, Dempsey Arsenault. Number 47, Amanda Johansson. Number 48, Elizabeth Olson. Number 49, Emily Howarstruck. And number 50, Margaret Donovan. Head coach for Team USA, Christy Foote. Assistant coaches, Bryce Queener and Colleen McGarity. And introducing Team Canada, wearing number 4, Hannah Morris. Wearing number 7, Brooklyn Walker Welch. Number 11, Erica Evans. Number 12, Megan Kinna. Number 18, Skylar MacArthur. Number 19, Jordan Dean. Number 22, Shawnee Wallace. Number 27, Dana Dobie. 37, Lauren Spence. 77, Alex Matsuoka. Number 97, Valley Gaspar. Number 98, Gigi Gaspar. Team General Manager, Tammy Rayner. Head Coach, John Williams. Assistant Coaches, Jessica Marque, Katie Ranger, and Ashley Bull. Team Doctor, Lisa Liang. And Head Trainer, Claire Bayafor. Team Canada. Officials for this afternoon's game. Lead official, Rob Gross. Referee number 1, Cheryl McNeil. And referee number 2, Lindsay Brooks. At this time, I would like to give thanks to the Creator for giving us medicine to the Haudenosaunee and for sharing this medicine with the world. We give thanks to all First Nations, Métis, and Inuit as we all sit in their territories. Specifically, today we are in the traditional territory of the Mississaugas of Scugog Island. We say Miigwech. We say thank you, Creator, for giving us Mother Earth. You then gave us the tree in which our sticks are made. This is the true roots of the medicine we call lacrosse today. Miigwech, Newa, thank you. And now it gives me great pleasure to introduce all the way from British Columbia, David Wallace, who will start off this afternoon with U.S. National Anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light, once so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright
Thank you, David. David will also now sing us the Canadian national anthem.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north, strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
And welcome everyone to Civic Field for the last game of the day, game 4 of 4, the main event. Canada versus the USA, 2-0 versus 2-0, a precursor to the gold medal game, an appetizer, if you will, to the gold medal game tomorrow at 11:30 a.m. Big game for both sides, massive feeling out process, as again, both these teams do know they will be playing against each other tomorrow. Netminders Lauren Spence, 37 for Canada. And I actually do have a number change, so the Americans' netminder is Taylor Moreno, number 43. They had the number switched with Samantha Schwart, so it's not Schwart in net, it is Moreno. It was Moreno in the last game as well. I don't fault me. There was the way the numbers were on the sheet. But face-off, start off the first quarter, ball skied, and possession to the Americans. At least for the second. Ball bounced up again. The Americans do kind of retrieve it. Ball batted away. Canada in. Nice save there. Moreno. Canada, though, picks up the loose ball, and they get a fresh shot clock to boot. Canada looking for an opening. Back out to the top. About 12 to work here on the shot clock. Nice move. That shot scores for Canada.
Team Canada goal, scored by number 22, Shawnee Wallace.
And it was 22 Shawnee Wallace. I wanted to make sure I was correct in saying it was Wallace with the first goal of this game. And Canada gets possession right back here, and they're on the power play. 5-on-4 in favor of the red shirts. Canada in red, USA in blue. Back out to the top. Laid off. They play back up. That shot low, and another one for Canada. Erica Evans gets on the board. She's had quite a few goals in this tournament. And now it's 2-0 for Canada. That 30-second minor does not come off the board. It's a full 30 seconds, so it's still 5-on-4 in favor of Canada, as the Americans will try to wait out the 30 seconds to get their extra player on the floor, or on the field, I should say. Back behind the net. Quickly, that shot saved there by Lauren Spence. She's probably seen that move a lot by the Americans over the last 2 days. As we are back to 5-on-5, as Canada now might be forced almost over the back. They're able to pass it out of it. Now quickly back towards the net. Canada couldn't get that one on target, so she forces her way around the net. 6 seconds left on the shot clock. Canada, what a move, but she stepped in, so the goal will not count for Canada, but quite a crafty move there, as now the American goalie, Moreno, he has a chaser and has to sprint away. Whistle's going to go, and it is a violation there against the U.S. They were not able to clear their zone fast enough, so Canada free possession. Pass down. Ooh, that was mighty close stepping in. And what a move! And Canada hits another. It's Brooklyn Walker-Welch with a third. And the red shirts, hot start. They've gotten 3 goals in less than 3 minutes.
Team Canada goal, scorer number 7, Brooklyn Walker-Welch.
Now the Americans finally back in the offensive end. Clock isn't moving. Not sure if that's by design or if that's an accident. I guess we'll find out here in a minute. That shot skips through. It's off of Spence. Now the Americans pass that one in. Diving shot, and it's in. That's Emily Hallreischuk with that one, and that's the first American goal. Oh, the clock's back on. Canada back on offense. That one almost stolen away by the Americans. Batted down at the very least. Ball now loose on the deck. Batted around, now picked up by the Canadians, and that's going to be a whistle, I assume, against the Americans. No, it's actually a shot clock going against the Canadians. As the Americans trying to go the other way, ball coughed up, taken by the red shirts. They have a chance for a break, but there's a trailer there coming on the field, but doesn't matter. Juliana Gaspar makes it 4-1.
Team Canada goal, scorer number 98, Gigi Gaspar.
Around the net go the Americans. That ball batted out of his stick, and Spence went to go retrieve it, but whistle's going to go. And the Canadians will take their first foul, so the Americans with possession, 5-on-4. USA now play it around. Nice shot there. That one gets through Spence. That's a second for the team in Navy. That's Nicole Levy with that one. So it's 4-2. And another infraction going against Canada, so possession back to the States.
Team USA goal number 42, Nicole Levy.
Pardon me, that was Nicole Levy. The Americans again now trying to get back within 1. Pass down. Back across. That shot bounced wide, and it's going to skip all the way out, and it's Canada possession. Spence does have the ball. Canada's got to do a wholesale change here. So Spence now back in her restricted area. Actually, it'll be U.S. ball.
Team Canada fouls number 22, Shawnee Wallace.
It is another foul against Canada, so back to 5-on-4 in favor of the U.S. Ooh. I did not make a nice sound, but I know that was stick-on-stick action as that ball skidded up in the air. The U.S. had it, and they just kept it over, not for much longer, but it isn't over the back. So Canada has a chance here. Walker Welch now with possession, waiting for some reinforcements. She'll hand it off. Still 5-on-4 in favor of the U.S. Now back to 5-on-5. Trailer coming in. And Gaspar gets it right off. Gaspar, nice move. That one, I believe, hit some iron. And it's going to be U.S. possession. Quickly up the field. That one doesn't end up getting the target. Immediately shot anyway and saved there by Lauren Spence. Spence has been fantastic for Canada in every single game they've played this weekend. And she'll need to be top-notch against the U.S. if Canada wants to go undefeated in round-robin play. As Canada quickly going the other way. Hannah Morris, who had a couple earlier today. Hannah scores! And Morris makes it 5. Canada had 8 in the first quarter against Kenya. They had 8 in the next 3 quarters to win 16-1. So they are definitely a potent team in the first quarter. We'll see if they can keep it up, unlike the last game against Kenya, where they really weren't able to keep the first quarter momentum, pressure going. Canada kind of fanned on that pass, but they are able to recollect. That pass into the middle, and it does skip by, and it will go out of play, so possession to the Americans and Taylor Moreno. Two minutes left here in the first quarter. 5-2 Canada. Nice move there. That one airmailed over, and I'm not sure where that ball went. The whistle's going to go. Yeah, it looks like another American possession. So another foul called against Canada. Canada giving the U.S. a lot of chances here with the extra player. Just pass down to the near post. That shot, I think, got deflected, but was caught by Spence anyway. Spence now with the airmail pass to Walker. Welch, who just couldn't receive it. Now she picks up the loose ball and scores anyway. Brooklyn Walker Welch picked up her own garbage and was able to cash that one in. It's now 6-2. Tripled up right now are the Canadians on the U.S. That one passed behind the net there for the U.S. Back to 5-on-5. That low shot. And the U.S. get their third. And that's Allison Mastroianni with that one. Not only double for Canada, 6-3. Little head fake there by a couple of the Canadians. Doby does kind of pass it behind her back. Nobody was there at first. They were able to retrieve the loose ball. That underhand shot just skips over the bar. Dana Doby's done a lot of stuff like that throughout the last 2 games, including now, I should say third, including this one. And now they are going to call the over and back. I know the crowd beside me wanted that one called, and the referee finally got there, finally found their whistle. And now with basically 28 seconds left on the clock, first at the end of the first quarter, as now the referees are going to have a little chat. I guess just ensure they made the right call. If it is Canada possession, it'll be a fresh shot clock, meaning Canada can technically chew up the clock. And they're going to call a timeout towards Canada. So with 27.9 to be exact seconds left on the clock here in the first quarter, Canada has a chance to put themselves up by 4 for the second time in this quarter. And again, they had 8 against Kenya earlier today. They now got 6 against the U.S. with a chance to add at least one more to that total. So, potent first quarters here by Canada today. If that can continue tomorrow, normally teams that start fast can sometimes keep it going. They weren't able to against Kenya. We'll see if maybe against the United States a little more of a rivalry, a little south of the border, I'll say most Canadians, we like to kind of rile up the Americans and vice versa, in fairness. The Americans kind of came out of that timeout a little early, so now they're going to go back and use the fully allotted time. Now the Canadians make their way out, and they're going to get told to go back as well to the to the bench. So now both teams have been sent back. As again, the referees are conjuncturing something. They're at field level. Not exactly sure what the conversation is about. Now both teams will be making their way back onto the field. So with just about 8 seconds left here at the end of the first quarter, we should finally get the last, well, depending on how Canada plays this, could be last possession, could be a very quick possession for Canada. Walker Welch is the one going to start with it. It's back up to Walker Welch. Welch looking for a pass. She's now got 20 seconds to work. Hand it off there to... And now Doby. Doby's got 8 seconds to work. Doby leaves it back there. Kenna's shot. And that one saved by Moreno. And that will end the first quarter, 6-3. After one. For the red shirts. Again, this game, for standings-wise, doesn't make any difference. These two teams will meet at 11:30 tomorrow for the gold medal game, but it definitely is a important game for both sides to feel each other out and figure out some tendencies for tomorrow's gold medal game where everything matters and there are not much time for mistakes, not many errors you can give to your opponent. And as we get ready here for the 2-minute break in between these first and second quarters. The Americans have got to find a way to stop this potent Canadian offense that has been just electric in the first quarters. We'll see if, again, Canada can keep it up here in the second quarter. They only had 3 goals against Kenya in the second quarter after scoring 8. So we'll see if Canada does have a drop in production in the second quarter or if they can keep this going. But we're right back with that second quarter here in Oshawa at Civic Field for the Women's World Lacrosse Super Sixes on WSBN.
You know it in your core. Introducing the Helios Core, a breakthrough in skating development. With smart technology and artificial intelligence, the Helios Core analyzes key aspects of your skating, then shares the data in a mobile app. So players and coaches can see a player's progress, what still needs work, and where they stand against other players their age. The Helios Core gives players the information they need to improve their skating faster than ever before.
Welcome back here to Civic Field, and looks like either we're moving shot clocks or we're getting rid of shot clocks. I assume we're just moving them, but I'm not exactly sure at this point, regardless. As we get ready for the second face-off of the game, starting off this second quarter. It does look like we're moving them, but now it is... Oh, looks like one broke. So we got one. And, of course, that one is not facing me, so I'll have no idea what shot clock we're at. But no matter. Face-off, infraction. The Americans have struggled with infractions in the face-off circle tonight. Not against them, so they'll now start with the ball here to start the second quarter. Play down, that shot fired and away. It will go to the chain link fence as Spence will pick up a fresh ball and get us back going. Kenna, I think, leaves it off. No, she didn't. She did fake it. Doby, back pass, nice, and just can get that one on target. Got stick checked right as she went to fire. It was Morris, and that one got airmailed, so fresh ball for Moreno. Taylor plays it forward. Possession out of Bakes. Played across the top. Taylor. Tried a little juke there. Ball got popped out, and Canada just can't get away. That ball's going to go out of play. Possession to the Americans. So a U.S. again with a chance. Bakes. Chuck shot that one, saved by Spence. It will go out of play, so the Americans again will get back possession. That's third straight possession for the U.S. They've already taken 2 minutes off this second quarter. Bakes. For Courtney Taylor. Off for Allison Mastroianni. Nice save there by Spence. Rebound. That one scoots by Spence, and it will go out of play. So Canada possession. No, they're going to say tip off of Canada at first. Little conjunction with the referees as they disagreed on who got last touch. So we'll see which referee saw it best. Canada thinks it's their possession, and it will be Canada possession. So Spence will play it forward. Canada still with possession. Their first offensive chance of the second quarter. Fake there by Kenna. That shot low, it skips through, and it's caught by the cameraman. What agile. So whistle's going to go. And it looks like another foul is called against. This time it's against the Americans, so Canada will get back possession. So the cameraman's quick hands goes for naught.
Team USA foul to number 45, Hannah Thorney.
The Jays could have used that. As Canada now back on the power play. Pass all the way around. Behind the net. Kenna. Doby. Back out of the top. Back down. Kenna. Doby. Trying to kind of shoot it behind her back. Wasn't able to. And ooh. Good whack there as Donovan shaken up after that one. Ball is airmailed. Will it get there? It does for the Americans. Passed over. Just thought about shooting. It does spin and shoot, but it's caught there by Spence. Whistle's going to go, and referee blew the whistle. And I believe they're calling sub. USA still up a player. That shot goes by Spence, so now she'll get a free chance to get a new ball. Now Isabella Gaspar will move it forward. Shorter player right now are Canada, so they should be content in trying to choose some clock and get back to 5-on-5.
Team Canada foul number 4, Hannah Morris.
Gaspar. Moving around, pass over for Doby. That one goes by, and it will be out of play right into the Canadian bench. Sadly, no balls on that real side of the field, where obviously the benches are. There's a pile of them right in front of the scorer's table. Mastroianni passes that one off. Dorney goes all the way around. Fake there by Hallreich's truck, taken by the Canadians. Chance for the Canadians to go. Can they make the pass? There's two of them. That ball just lobbed, and it sneaks just wide. Whistle's going to go. And they're going to call it against the Canadians, so possession out of the Americans. There were two Canadians gone, so poor Moreno had to come out and kind of play center field there to stop the two pressing Canadians. And then a lob pass, I'll say pass. It looked more like a shot in the end, just skipped by. Now the Americans back behind the net. Played back up to the top. Thought about shooting it. They don't pass in the middle. That one deflected and saved there by Spence. That was awkward because it deflected off a red shirt stick. Walker Welch now turns on the Jets with 2:40 left in the second quarter. 6-3 still for the Canadians. No goals have been scored just yet in this second quarter. Nice move there. Thought about shooting. There was Morris. Morris thought better of it and passes it off to Gaspar. And that'd be Isabella Gaspar. Into the middle, Doby, and the theatrics continue for Dana Doby. She has had quite a few no-lookers and over the backs and spin-a-roonies. As now the Americans make their way back in. As Canada gets the first goal of the quarter with 2 minutes left here in it. Americans, nice pass into the middle. Diving, spinning, it goes wide, and it looks like a penalty is going to go against the Canadians as we're going to see who ends up getting it. And try to pull out the right card. Yeah, it's a yellow. As the Canadians are back down to player with 1:49 left in this quarter. Played across top there by the U.S. Still haven't shot it yet. Now they work their way in. That shot just goes wide of Spence. And Spence will go retrieve it. Pass to Juliana Gaspar. Still 5-on-4 in favor of the U.S. Trying to get away there is Evans. Erica Evans. Now we'll go all the way around the net. Underhand shot. That one saved just there by Moreno. Wasn't sure where it was, but it ended up going behind the net. And now all the way come the Americans. Try to pass it into the middle. They do end up, and it's caught by Spence. Dorney tried to beat Lauren, just not able to. And now with 42 seconds left, back to 5-on-5. With 33 seconds now left. Nice move. Canada in. Just can get that one steered on target, and it'll be... And it looks like it will be Canada ball. With 27.7 seconds left here in the first half. And I guess if you haven't noticed already, this sport moves quick, and I think a timeout is taken by Canada. So with 27.7 seconds left here in the second quarter, Canada take their timeout to try to add to their lead. The Americans are still goalless in this second quarter, which coming in down by 3 is definitely not advantageous to the team who are trying to battle back. Canada also only has just the 1 goal, but when you already have a 3-goal cushion, you don't really need to find that much more offense. Even though in this particular discipline, in the Super Sixes, you really do need a lot of offense to be able to secure a win. I will mention, the Americans did not lead against the Haudenosaunee earlier today until the fourth quarter, and then they pulled away, winning 13-9. So we'll see if the Americans can pull off the same comeback like they did against the Haudenosaunee earlier, who got their first win in the game just before this one against Team Kenya. In a rather close affair, it ended 14-6, but Team Kenya easily played their best game. It's now Canada chewing just a little bit of clock here. They are on the player advantage still with 14 seconds left. Make that 10 seconds left. Canada now going to make a decision here. Still up a player. Canada. Evans. Shot. That one saved. I know it actually wasn't. Oh, it was saved. I thought so. 2 seconds left now. Got to move quick. Whistle goes, and now they're going to give possession to the Americans. And that ball fired quickly by the Americans, taken by Canada at the halfway line, but that will end the first half. 7-3 after 2 quarters. 1 goal scored in the entirety of the second quarter, going to Canada, who come in to the second half 4-goal leaders. But again, the Americans took till the fourth quarter to get their first lead against the Haudenosaunee and never looked back, winning by 4. So Canada cannot rest and think the Americans can't come back, as they've already done it today, so they are not scared of it. We take our 5-minute halftime break in between the second and third. I think the start of the third quarter is really going to be indicative of who will pull out this victory, because if Canada comes out sharp, they'll be hard to stop. But if the Americans get a couple quick ones at the start of the third quarter, this game's going to get mighty interesting, mighty quickly in the appetizer to the gold medal game tomorrow. But for the third quarter of our last game today, between Canada and the U.S., Canada up 7-3. We'll be right back here in Oshawa at the Civic Field for the Women's World Lacrosse Super Sixes on the World Sports Broadcasting Network.
I really do believe that the lacrosse community has become stronger with trying to really chase that Olympic dream. You've seen so many different countries striving towards greatness. You're now seeing more and more players come from the collegiate level and the pro level and strive to play for their country. I think that's an incredible thing. And I think having the Olympics at stake really has made that come to life.
We started talking about Olympic inclusion. We all knew that we needed to get there. And, it's such a privilege for us to be playing the sport and to be involved in the sport right now at this stage where we are ready to be taking that next step.
I think the vision to return to the games has rebuilt community and a sense of pride and momentum, purpose that we haven't had in 20 plus years. So to feel that fire and that possibility has been pretty cool. And it's why a lot of us have put so much time into doing our part and having a role in getting lacrosse back in the Olympics.
I think most people would agree that the Olympics are the pinnacle of sport. It is important for us to continue to grow, promote the sport, and actively pursue that.
Just to see where the sport is and see, wow, they're here from that country. I didn't even know they had a lacrosse program. It opens your eyes to such beautiful things that our game has done, and it just shows me that there's so much more we can do.
And I think people think we're just aiming for the Olympics, but we're not. Our main ambition, our main vision is actually to grow lacrosse around the world. And the Olympic vision helps that at every stage. It helps it with growth. It helps it with the publicity.
Both World Lacrosse and different lacrosse associations have been improving a lot, no matter if it got included or not. We're growing more members, more people know about lacrosse, more people picking up a stick and start playing, and people start to enjoy the sports a lot more as well.
It's brought us all together, no matter where you're from, no matter what team you play for, what country you represent. It brings us all together because we have that common goal of getting our game to that Olympic stage. And I think it's only been a positive. I think a lot of people, it's created positive change within the youth landscape, into the college ranks, and professionally. Just been a great transition and a lot of growth for our game.
Welcome back, everyone. Civic Field here in Oshawa. Women's World Lacrosse Super Sixes. Canada versus the USA, both undefeated coming into this one. 7-3 after the first half in favor of the red shirts in Canada. USA and the Navy. We get ready for the face-off to start the third quarter in the second half. I'm Spencer Byers. Bringing you along this journey today. I'll be back tomorrow for the gold and bronze medal games. Cajun the Thief, Ruthanie Castler, I'm running the camera. Doing all the heavy lifting while I just watch lacrosse. Canada wins the face-off quickly up the field. Yes, couldn't scoop that one up. But there to keep it in play. But not for long. Donovan fires it forward there for Taylor, who will bring it forward. America's not getting hassled. Mastroianni just fighting through some sticks there as now it's passed for Horischuk. Horischuk shot. That one saved by Spence, and it will skip out, but the Americans will keep possession. Levy. Play it around. That shot. Saved by Spence again. Lauren Spence has been stellar this weekend. Kenna. Fight, or I guess probably that's Evans. Evans, it gets played back. Morris fires. That one gets airmailed, and the way it will go. Possession out of the netminder, Taylor Moreno for the Americans. Played forward there for Colson. Played off for Horischuk. Arsenault. Passed over there to Levy. I believe that was a save again there by Spence as it was a reset. And now the Canadians have back possession. The Americans are just going to start wondering how they're going to beat Lauren Spence, who's been fantastic. The Redshirts now in possession. Kenna, errant pass, stolen by the Americans. Can they retrieve it? Can they pick it up? Kicking it, fires it like a... Couldn't pick it up, so decided, you know what, time to take the wrister, and that one goes wide. Elizabeth Colson there with the effort. Looking more like field hockey than lacrosse. And now a little conversation there at field level between two of the officials. Let's go, Red! Oh, they're going to involve all three? Not exactly sure. Oh, I think they're arguing about the shot clock. So it is Canada possession. Spence still hasn't played it. Now she does. It's to Juliana Gaspar. Hand is up there by the referee. I was wondering when she was going to blow that whistle because I assumed the Americans had possession. As foul is called against the Americans, so 5-on-4 in favor of the red shirts.
Team USA fouls number 39, Samantha Swartz.
Wallace. Pass around the top. Doby. Kenna. Evans. Kenna. Evans. Shot. Scores! Erica Evans with number 2. It's 8-3. Only their second goal since the first quarter. But the Americans have none since the first quarter. That one passed into the middle. It's errant, and it will go out of play. The Americans now seemingly trying to force it because they kind of feel that this game's slipping away. Evans, most recent goal scorer. Still 5-on-4 in favor of the red shirts. Kinna. Evans. Kinna. Dean. Kinna. Shot. Scores. Megan Kinna. 9-3. Canada has tripled up now on the Americans in the third quarter. But the U.S. quickly the other way and short-lived. Quick goal there. Allison Mastroianni makes it 9-4. But Giuliani Gaspar tried to pass it to Isabella Gaspar. Doesn't end up making it there. The Americans, again, just batting it around there on the ground. Again, making it feel more like, a nice hack there by Giuliana Gaspar. So possession will go back to the Americans with about 4 minutes left here in the third quarter. Pass into the middle. That shot and another goal. Oh. So is goal for the Americans. That looked to be Dempsey Arsenault with the goal. Canada, though, quickly the other way. That shot right into the chest there, and a little bit of contact there right in front of the crease. Just couldn't get that one on target there, or the Americans. That ball going to get out. It just sneaks out. That ball fired by the red shirts, caught by Evans. Evans off for Dean. Dean shot, scores! Jordan Dean makes it 10-5. Canada has gotten back up by double. This is actually the final score Canada had in their first game against the Haudenosaunee. That shot, saved by Spence. Quickly up the field. Walker Welch all alone. Brooklyn scores! Brooklyn's got two. 11-5. And a timeout taken. The Americans really need to stop that run by the Canadians. Now a 6-goal lead for Canada. .332 left in the third quarter.
Team Canada goal from number 7, Brooklyn Walker Welch.
And timeout's about to have expired on the Americans.
I didn't take my medicine today, so that's fine. We can find some stuff downtown if you need it.
Canada break from their huddle. The U.S. break from their huddle.
Must be good around here, too.
Just drive around.
Go red!
One ways for a while, you get whatever you need.
We walked by a good campsite. It was a church today.
Yep. Good campsite. There's across the street some Mexican place if you need it too.
Come on, Red! Come on, Red! Let's go, Red!
And now played by Moreno to Mastroianni. Mastroianni makes a run, passes it behind the net. Fired back up, pop. Arsenault looking for a pass, does give it off. Now it's back for Hallrice Chuck. That one fired over. Was it tipped? It was by a Canadian, so the Americans get back possession. And wait, what's going to go here? And now the Americans will get a chance to start. Nicole Levy with possession right now. I guess they got to fix the shot clock right now is the problem. So Levy starts. Levy. Mastroianni. Mastroianni moves that shot. Saved by Spence, I believe. No, it was not actually touched by Spence, so it'll be played by Walker Welch. Scarlett MacArthur. Shanley Wallace trying to fight through. hand is up, and the Americans will get a foul called against them as tumbling there went Dana Doby. Do want to mention, I thought that ball hit off the netminder, Lawrence Spence. The referees disagreed with me and gave it Canada possession. I then heard some spectators beside me say they thought it went off Spence, so at least I'm not the only one. So another power play here for Canada to add to their lead. Right now, 6 is the difference. Evans passed all the way around. Kenna. For Evans. Morris. Shot. Saved there by Moreno. Agile move there from the netminder. Quickly the other way. Comes Mastroianni. Passed off and played back. Mastroianni. Nice move. That shot. Saved by Spence. Whistle goes, and it's going to be an infraction call against Canada, which will make it 5-on-4 in favor of the U.S. with 2 minutes left here in the third quarter. Mastroianni. Passed over that shot and scores. Emily Harajczak with the goal. One of the more potent U.S. scorers. As now Hannah Morris has it for Canada as they try to kill off the rest of this foul. Evans. Erica Evans. Looking around for an option. Still doesn't foul one, so let's just go towards the net. Evans almost lost it, getting harassed by 2, and does end up losing it. Fired through the middle, stolen, at least blocked for sure there by Isabella Gaspar. Ball still on the floor. Whacking it around, and it will go to the blue shirts. Back to 5-on-5, however, so was killed there by the Canadians. Timeout is taken. Nope. I think the shot clock has died. As we're not going to have to wait for the 30-second shot clock to either get back up, or I guess referees just count it themselves, which will mean they're going to be about 40-second shot clocks. Give or take. That's just my experience with basketball. You know, it's the 8-second violation, but it takes 12 seconds to get there. As now they fidget with the shot clock. Gives both teams a little bit of a break here with 1:09 left in the third quarter. There'll be a 2-minute break in between the third and fourth and potentially final quarter. 11-6 currently the score in favor of the red shirts. The U.S. had a great fourth quarter against the Haudenosaunee earlier today. We'll see if they can have another great fourth quarter here against Canada. They really could use it. As I want to mention, we had some rain at the end of the last game between Kenya and the Haudenosaunee. It is now clear enough skies, as my producer / cameraman Cajun tries to give me the shush so I don't jinx nobody. But I've already jinxed everybody, Cajun. I am the commentator. My jinx is all-powerful and all-knowing. And it looks like, I can't tell if we've got it fixed or if we're going to switch. I still can't see if they've fixed it or not. Doesn't look like they did in the end. I don't see the operator right beside the machine, so I don't know how they're going to dictate the shot clock now, but I guess we'll find out when we get there. So again, 1:09 left in this third quarter. 11-6 Canada over the USA. This is an appetizer to the 11:30 gold medal game tomorrow between these two teams that are currently 2-0. 1-0 has got to go. As a back shot, that one gets airmailed over and will scoot away as the Canadians will go to retrieve. That shot taken by Nicole Levy. Pardon me. As now Erica Evans. Across the halfway line and wait for some movement made. For Megan Kenna. And getting passed off. That shot scores! Shonley Wallace with her third. It's now 12-6.
Team Canada goal, scorer number 22, Shonley Wallace.
That ball lost by Donovan, and Canada gets possession. Whistle goes, and I think it's timeout taken by Canada. And it is, with 17.6 left on the clock, as Canada, with what most likely will be the last possession of the third quarter, have a chance to continue their offensive onslaught. And I do want to mention this. They had 10 goals in their first win against the Haudenosaunee 10-5. They had 16 goals in the game earlier today against Kenya in a 16-1 win. They are already at 12, a chance to get 13. And with the way they've been buzzing around the net in the third and first quarters, I'm not going to say it's a lock. But if I was a betting man, which I do happen to be on occasion, I would say the Canadians will hit the over of 16 or 15 and a half goals, I'll say, but 16 and a half goals in this contest. As they're still kind of messing with the shot clock there. So obviously we haven't been able to get it completely functioning to its normal capacity. Morris now for Kenna. Evans. Or pardon me, that was Evans to Kenna. Or Kenna, pardon me. Evans fails it back in. What a pass! And Josh could not get a stick to it. There was Wallace. And the Americans now, as the buzzer goes, need to double their score line to send us to a 4-minute overtime. 12-6 currently the score in favor of the Red Shirts. The Americans did come back against the Haudenosaunee earlier today, but the deficit was a lot less than 6. But this game is extremely fast. And a couple turnovers and a couple goals one way can really shake up the result. So we'll see if the Americans can take a run at the Canadian lead or if Canada will stay perfect on the weekend going into tomorrow's gold medal game against this U.S. team. But we'll be right back here at Civic Field for the Women's World Lacrosse Super Sixes on WSBN. And welcome back here on WSBN for the fourth and potentially final quarter between Canada and the USA at the Women's World Lacrosse Super Sixes here in Oshawa. 12-6 currently in favor of the Red Shirts. I'm Spencer Byers bringing you this commentary while Cajun Thiru Fanny Castler runs the camera. Does all the production work, does all the heavy lifting. As the final face-off, most likely, is about to be taken. Here's one back by Canada. Jordan Dean trying to make it towards the net. Dean shot that one saved by Moreno. And now here come the Americans, who again need to work really fast if they want to start making a dent in this deficit. Mastroianni passed it off. That shot caught by Spence. Lauren Spence continues to impress. Pass it in the middle. Doby. Passed off for Kinna. Isabella Gaspar. For Wallace. Passed off for Gaspar. Just misses Isabella, and she tried to whack that one to keep it in, but it had rolled over the line by the time she got there. It's now U.S. possession. Courtney Taylor. Waiting for a pass. She gives it off, and she'll go off. Arsenault passes it off. Right across the top. Fake there by the American. Shot and goal from Allison Mastroianni. They need a couple more to really make this an interesting scoreline. Juliana Gaspar. Off for Megan Kinna. Kinna. Nice move by Kinna, and that one off the post, and I believe was touched there by the netminder Moreno, so possession back to Canada. Hannah Morris. Down for Kinna. Kinna. All the way around. Bait whack where she just shot it from. Kinna makes no mistake with the second effort, and it's another one. 13-7, Canada. Walker Welch off for Juliana Gaspar. That one actually went through her stick, and it ends up going out of play, so the U.S. possession. Colson leaves it back. Bakes. Still being passed around now. Howrischuk tries to take a run. Howrischuk off for Bakes. Bakes just kind of floats it. Oh, I thought I was going to have to end up chipping the keeper. It doesn't. That one whacked in and saved by Spence. Juliana Gaspar quickly up the field. Gaspar dancing around. Gives it off there to Megan Kenna. Off for Evans. Erica Evans shot and scores. Evans with the last two. It's 14-7. Canada continues to double up the American score. 10-5, 12-6, 14-7. Trying to get through there. They're going to call that on Evans. But the Americans still have possession, so they still have a chance to score here on the advantage. And that ball skips through the stick of Hannah Dorney. Now Canada will go down a player with 4:03 left in the fourth quarter. Do you want to mention little rainbow after the sad rain? Oh, there's two rainbows. Well, how about that? Just like the Canadian score, we've doubled up on the rainbows. That's all right, Isabella Gaspar. Gaspar. Isabella getting double teamed. She gets forced out of play, and that will give the Americans the possession. Allison Mastroianni passes it forward. That shot and scores is Dempsey Arsenault. But quickly, the Canadians come the other way. Canada on a break, and that one off the post. What a chance there for Skylar MacArthur. Just could not beat Moreno. But wait. Oh, and they're going to check. Just making sure I guess it didn't cross the line. Now possession back to the U.S. Dempsey Arsenault. Arsenault shot and another goal. 14-9. Getting a little closer. It's Juliana Gaspar.
USA goal scored by number 46, Dempsey Arsenault.
Jordan Dean hands it off to Wallace. Wallace trying to fight through a check, loses it. The Americans get it back, and now it's a 2-on-2 the other way. Donovan. Margaret Donovan fighting through some checks. They're both skipped up, and now back to Canada. Just couldn't handle it. Waiting for the whistle. There we are, and now Canada back in play. Kenna. Out of the field goes Megan Kenna. And back shot, and that one I think got blocked, and it's passed back to the netminder there, Moreno. The Americans back into the middle. That shot and scores. That's Emily Hallreischuk, and airmailed now by the Canadians as they end up getting through to Evan, or for Kenna, pardon me, does not. The Americans come the other way, now down by only 4. That's a 3-goal swing in favor of the Navy shirts. Another chance here. That one saved by Spence. No rebound just yet. They do get back possession, passed into the middle and taken by the Canadians, but now the whistle will go against Canada. So another player advantage in favor of the Navy shirts with 1:44 left in this fourth quarter. The Americans came back against the Haudenosaunee, and they're not all the way back yet, but the Americans are slowly creeping their way back in this fourth quarter. Timeout taken by the U.S. as this is getting a little too close for comfort.
Canada foul number 7, Brooklyn Walker-Well.
As the clouds start getting a little more angry above us.
Go Canada!
1:44 left in this fourth quarter. The Americans again, 5-on-4. That shot skips over Spence, but off a Canadian, so possession back to the U.S. Pass into the middle, weaving around. That's a pass that gets airmailed over the head there of Hallreischuk, and now Spence. Up the field she comes. She got basically to the halfway line. She almost pulled a Patrick Waugh. As now here come Canada. Oh, that one got caught, and possession still with Canada. So kept that through the whack. And that ball gets airmailed over by Evans, and now the whistle will go with 1:03 left in this fourth quarter. You're good. The Canadians out with possession. Back shot again. One more time there for Dana Doby. They're arguing in here between the referees of whose possession it is. And they're going to say U.S. possession with 45 seconds left. 4 goals separate these two sides, and doesn't look like the Americans are going to be able to complete their comeback, but they made the scoreline a little more respectable. That pass in the middle, that shot just missed there was Mastroianni. And with 22.5 left, Canada gets it over the halfway line. We'll see if they take another effort on target or if this will just be the end of the game. Pass around the top. Kenna. Nice move by Megan Kenna. 4 seconds now remaining, and I think that will do it for this one. Canada beats the USA 14-10. Canada remains undefeated, while the U.S. dropped their first game of the tournament, but this game really doesn't mean much other than you just get a little more of a feeler against your opponent, as now they will match up tomorrow in less than 24 hours at 11:30 for the gold medal game between, as I said, Canada and the USA. But before that, at 10 a.m., Kenya versus the Haudenosaunee for the bronze medal at 10 a.m. Medals are almost here, and I can't wait to bring those to you here from the Civic Field in Oshawa for the Women's World Lacrosse Super Sixes. Before I go, make sure I wrap myself. Spencer Byers, Kitchen Theory, Teddy Castlum. Thank you so much for tuning in. See you tomorrow, 10 a.m., Kenya, Haudenosaunee, here on the World Sports Broadcasting Network.
You know it in your core. Introducing the Helios Core, a breakthrough in skating development. With smart technology and artificial intelligence, the Helios Core analyzes key aspects of your skating, then shares the data in a mobile app. So players and coaches can see a player's progress, what still needs work, and where they stand against other players their age. The Helios Core gives players the information they need to improve their skating faster than ever before.
I really do believe that the lacrosse community has become stronger with trying to really chase that Olympic dream. You've seen so many different countries striving towards